matter. And that's going to be, of course, getting more book sales. So let's switch it on over here to the regular screen. And so you'll want to get more book sales. Obviously, you need to get out there and market and promote that puppy. And it goes without saying that we need to promote. But what are some ideas that are going to work? I've got 10 book promotion ideas in today's video, and some of them are going to be a bit unorthodox as far as promotional strategies go. But if you hear me out, I think you're going to find it worth your time. Hey, I'm Dale L. Roberts, a best-selling author as well as a self-publishing advocate who wants to show you how to publish books that sell. And in today's episode, we're going to focus on some promotional strategies. Some of them you might have heard of before, and other ones you may have never even thought of doing. You want to make sure you stick around to the very end because I'm going to give you 10. And if you get just at least one of those and utilize that, you're going to see a pretty good bump in sales as well as bolstering your author rank on any given platform. So without any further ado, I just want to say, first off, this is not the same old tired advice. I'm not going to be putting Amazon advertising into it. No Amazon advertising, so you're going to be like, oh, he's going to be talking about Amazon advertising again. That's not unorthodox, that's orthodox. No, we're going to go a little bit outside the box here on this one. And we're going to start out with just a simple one. And everyone kind of knows this one, but it's a little unorthodox. Let me explain it just a little bit. Number one is the KDP Select program. Now, if you've got your ebook enrolled in the KDP Select program, you're allowed 2 different promotional advantages that other people don't get. And that includes the KDP Select's free book promotion and the Kindle Countdown deal. Now some of you might be new to this business going, why would I want to give away my book for free? It's much like giving samples to folks over in Costco. They don't just get it so that people can be like, ooh, yummy, and then just walk right out. The whole intent is to give them a taste of what you as an author has, as a brand, to come and consume your other content or share how much they really like your content. And this actually serves in many purposes. Used to back in the day, you can run a good free ebook promotion and get, say, 1,000 downloads per day, and after the promotion would go, it would slingshot the rank of the paid Kindle store. It doesn't so much do that anymore, but at the very minimum, what it can do is bring in more reviews, bring in more eyes, and build more awareness of your brand in general. And if you only just have one title, it might seem a little defeating, but if you have, say, 6 or a dozen titles and you run a free book promotion, remember that's the entryway that it shows people your brand. Now I can go in depth about Kindle Countdown deals. It works in the same way as the free book promotions, but essentially you're able to do 7 days of a promo in the US and the UK only, and you're able to say $2.99 is your normal book price. You can drop it down to 99 cents, and what they do is they put a timer on your product page that creates a sense of urgency for the people that visit that page, and they also categorize your ebook over into the Kindle Countdown deals that are currently running. So it's kind of another way to categorize your book. It's, again, an unorthodox way of promoting your book. And a lot of people are always kind of scratching their head, why would I want to do that? Well, there's your reason. Number 2, free promotional and review sites. Now, I'm not going to say this should be everything that you're going to be doing. You shouldn't just be going to free promotional sites to go ahead and promote your books. But sometimes it's the little things that make the biggest difference. And it's not just the free promotional websites that are promoting your free ebook that's on the KDP Select program. Some of them actually will promote your book because they're involved in the Amazon Associates program. So if they have a website, they promote your book, someone clicks on it, they get affiliate earnings for every purchase that's done through that. There's also review sites. So one of them I've mentioned before is the Reader's Favorite website. Reader's Favorite actually will provide you with 1 free review. Here's the cool thing about it. All you got to do is just upload it, and sometimes reviewers will get it, sometimes they won't. I've never paid for the reviews on there. And the reason is, 1, you should never pay for reviews unless it's editorial. Two, it really doesn't even go over on Amazon, but they put it over to places like Barnes & Noble. They put it onto Goodreads and other sites, and you're able to utilize the piece of the review over on the other sites. And here's the cool thing, they actually will showcase your book if it becomes a 4 or 5-star review on their website. Reader's Favorite's just one example of hundreds of sites that are currently doing that. Again, look for the free deals, because sometimes the free deals are the best ones to kind of go with. Number 3, Perma-free books. Now, some of you are going, Perma what? What? That means permanently free. It kind of works the same way in which I was telling you the free book promotion, but you can't make a book permanently free if it's enrolled in the KDP Select program. You actually have to publish it, first of all, on KDP. And then you can publish it on other platforms. And on those other platforms like Apple iBooks or Barnes & Noble Press or Kobo, you can mark those down to $0. Then you get a hold of KDP and they will price match that. And the whole purpose is kind of like what we said in number 1, is we get people to sample what we have going on. And I look at perma-free books in this way. They're kind of like satellites revolving around your planet, your flagship, your brand. And it's just a door that just leads into your brand. So you have this free book put out, and then people see, oh, Dale's got another 39 books. I'm going to go check those out. So the whole purpose is to just bring them on in. So perma-free books, a lot of people think to this day, they're like, oh, those aren't worth a darn. Well, you're probably not utilizing them right. You still have to treat a perma-free book in the same way that you would a paid book. It needs to have a good killer cover. It needs to have a great book description. It needs to probably get some reviews. You need to get it out and build awareness of this so that way it works like it should, which is to bring people into your brand and get them introduced to you as an author. Number 4. Newsletter swaps. You're like, Dale, come on, man. I've watched some of your previous broadcasts. You talked about newsletter swaps. Hey, I didn't say I wouldn't go through and review some of the things I've said before. Newsletter swaps are a bit unorthodox because they're relatively new. They're coming more here into the forefront. A lot more people are starting to understand it. I think that early on, when people heard swaps, they automatically associated with review swaps, which are bad, okay? And newsletter swaps are actually good. It's a way to collaborate with other authors that have an email list and some followers that may be interested in your niche. So let's just say, for instance, I'm a fitness author. I could reach out to Michael Matthews and say, hey, Michael, I'm getting ready to launch my book here pretty soon. I would be happy to do a newsletter swap and maybe promote one of yours if you'd be happy to promote one of mine. And in that exchange, we would be able to share with our specific followings each of our books and start to raise and build that up. It's going to take time. Listen, folks, newsletter swaps aren't going to be immediately effective. And especially if you're not too good at email marketing, it's going to take some time, it's going to take some attention, and it's going to take some patience. And especially as you start to kind of learn what it is that your audience really is resonating with, what's getting them to click your offer within an email newsletter. So that's why I say newsletter swaps are a bit unorthodox, but I think eventually this is going to become the new norm, that people are going to be doing this a lot more. Alrighty, so next one up. Number 5, we're halfway through here. Facebook groups. Now, before you start going, oh no, hang on a second, Dale. I tried promoting all my stuff in Facebook groups. No. I'm not telling you to go into one of those author eccentric Facebook groups where everybody's just piling in their links and selling their books. No. I'm talking about creating your own Facebook group, one that is relevant to your niche. I have a full video series that I've done here on this channel regarding Facebook groups, how to set them up, how to optimize them, how to get in more members, how to sell stuff. You're going to find that Facebook groups is the best thing since sliced bread. I'm telling you that if you want to get any type of organic traffic, Facebook groups are the way to go. And instead of trying to rely on somebody else's Facebook group, set up your own. It's going to be a slow burn at first, but if you've got a deep enough email newsletter that you're able to bring your subscribers in and build awareness, you can start to raise that up. Again, this next weekend, I'm actually having an interview with Scott J. Marshall II, who actually has, I think, over 30,000 members inside his Facebook group devoted to raw feeding for dogs. When he went to launch his book a couple of years ago, it got instant best-selling status, not only in ebook, but also in print. And it also stayed right there for actually weeks at a time because he had such a large following. Facebook groups, don't sleep on it, folks. I see some of you skipping this video of Facebook groups and going, that's not for me. It's for you. And I know it seems unorthodox, but if you hear me out and you look at the long game and build your Facebook group, you will thank me later on for it. Number 6, book clubs. This is very interesting. I actually had a conversation with the folks over at Dart Frog Books the other day, and it reminded me about how book clubs are still very much relevant. Now, this is no plug to get you to go over to their stuff. There's actually a website that's called bookclubs.com. That's CLUBZ.com. Now, I don't think you're able to go in there, willy-nilly and join it, but if you have a book club, you can always go there. But there is tens of thousands of book clubs that are getting involved in that. So that is just proof that book clubs are still alive and well. If you need to really get it to where something's a bit more closer to you, consider visiting your local library and asking them if they have a book club that you can participate in and get involved in. I know that one of my good friends here and just north of me, Sylvia Hubbard, also works with many of the libraries and book clubs herself and has seen some great results through that avenue. So don't really discredit anything book clubs could do for you, because every small little thing can count, and especially your library. And I'm not going to add the library into the 10 promotional ideas, but that's going to be a bonus there for you. All right, here's the next one. Unorthodox idea number 7, speaking engagements. Have you ever been to a conference or any type of speaking engagements of some sort, and someone says, go buy our product such and such in the back of the room? A perfect opportunity for you to promote your books. Think about the niche that you're in, and here's all you're going to do is just go to Google, type in your niche, and then put conference in it, or put virtual summit, or any of those type of things. Get a hold of the conference organizers or the summit organizers. Let them know who you are and how you're relevant to them and how you can bring an audience to their platform and be willing to speak for free for them. That way you can be able to promote your book. So think about speaking engagements, and especially if you're a nonfiction author. Not saying fiction authors can't do it. There are plenty of conferences out there for fiction writers. But for nonfiction authors, it's even easier. So in the back of your book, might I recommend something I learned from Kevin Cruz a few years ago, is put a call to action that you're willing to speak at someone's engagement, and maybe even give a few topics that you're willing to cover. Alrighty, number 8, YouTube channel. Wow, shocker, right? I was gonna tell you about YouTube channels on a YouTube channel. Get yourself set up on a YouTube channel because it gets you more visible in people's bandwidth. They're going to get it to where they're like, oh, okay. So for instance, I know for a fact one of the longtime followers here of this channel, W.A. Blinko, actually has a YouTube channel. This is a great opportunity for him to actually promote the books that he's working on, and at the same time start to curate a different crowd for him and bring them in that wouldn't otherwise see his content, say through Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple, and so on and so forth. They're discovering him here on YouTube. The thing is, people are consuming video content more than ever. And I think there was a stat at one point or another that said 80% of all online consumption will be video by the year 2021. We're right around the corner, and I wouldn't be surprised if right now, during this whole quarantine pandemic situation, that is probably already at 80% because people are doing that. When it comes to a YouTube channel, don't make it too difficult, all right? Just start. That's going to be the most important thing, and tweak it as you go. Next one up, influencer outreach. Now, I'm not telling you need to go over and pay thousands of dollars towards some Instagram model to push your book about crocheting. It makes no sense. Think about people that have a large audience reach. What can you do for them? How does your book fit into their overall plan, and how can their audience enjoy it? And then from there, that's when you're going to want to do a little bit of outreach with some influencers. The very good thing that you can do, one of the best things you can do, is be active in an influencer's community. So in the last point, you might have noticed I said W.A. Blanco, okay? He's been very active over in my community. So naturally, people are going to go, oh, they're going to go check him out. So he didn't have to pay a dime. He doesn't owe me a single thing because I just did it because he's been so active. I've even talked about people like Kevin McGuire, Keith Wheeler, and Mojo Seedlack, and all these different authors. You've seen some of their books showcased in the background. This is just small things that add up over the long term. And all they had to do was be active within the community. And that's pretty stellar. And the cool thing is when you start to build a relationship, one of the easiest ways to get a back and forth is to deliver value, be active in the community, and then when you go to ask, they say, okay, so if for some reason W.A. Blanco reaches out to me, he's like, hey, I'm getting ready to launch a book. Could you maybe mention it to somebody inside your live YouTube channel or maybe in your email newsletter? I'm not saying that he should do that, but either way, you get the idea. Influencer outreach, do not take this for granted whatsoever. Hey, I just want to, before we jump into the very final point, if you're enjoying this content, if you want to learn how to write and publish books that sell, please do us all a favor, me and you. Hit the subscribe button, turn the bell notification on so you don't miss a single one of these videos, and of course, smash that thumbs up, right? Hit that thing. And if you're disliking it, hit the thumbs down, okay? Either way, hit a thumb. I want you to pick one side or the other. All right, so this very last one's a very interesting one. And I'm not gonna say book trailers. A lot of people think, oh, book trailers, great. That never converts. You're right. Book trailers almost never convert. You get very few views if you post it over on YouTube, and it doesn't create any type of conversions. But I'm going to ask you to do something a little bit more unorthodox, and that is the unbook trailer. Something that is completely flying in the face of all convention. Instead of going, hey, here's my book, it's about werebears, and you're gonna buy it. I'm excited about it. All I hear when someone's doing that or putting out a specific book trailer is, me! There's no real value exchange. I haven't gotten anything from the normal book trailer. And sure, you could probably take a book trailer, throw some YouTube some YouTube ads on it, and get it to where you're driving traffic that way for like a 16-second or 6-second trailer or some sort. Okay, that's probably one exception to the rule. But might I recommend you think a little bit more outside of the box. And so I'm going to switch it over here to the screen share here because there's actually a YouTube channel, and his name is Matt Best. And Matt Best actually did a video here, and it was promoting his book. And feel free to look this on up here. The name of the book is Thank You for Your Service, Not Your Typical Military Book. And because of copyright reasons, I'm going to leave the sound off. You can actually watch just how entertaining this is. Everything he does in this, it thinks outside the box. Instead of, you see he's wearing a wig, he's waving a hand here, he's coming out of the water. This is not your normal book trailer. This is something that gets me excited. I'm not even into this type of stuff, but I'm like, you know what? I want to check out this book. He really gets me to stop the scroll. He gets me interested and more invested in his brand. So what you're going to want to do is the same thing, is think about a little bit outside the box. You know, you don't have to go so absurd in his direction, but I want you to think different. What's going to get people to stop? All right? What's going to get them to really want to buy this book? That's why I say the unbook trailer. If you're going to make a book trailer, make it completely different, way different, unconventional, unorthodox. When someone watches it, they crack up laughing or they're entertained in some capacity. So then they remember names like Matt Best and say, well, I want to go check out Thank You for My Service. By the way, amazing title. And so this is one of 10 ideas into really getting on, you'll get a notification about a very special live when I actually hit 33,334. That's 1/3 of the way to 100K, and I want everybody to be involved. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway, and the only way you're going to be able to hear about it is if you are subscribed to this. So make sure you turn the notifications on to this channel and smash that